everyone. Welcome to another episode of Barbie Dolls of the Week. This week I'm showing you some of the dolls above where I normally film. And of course some of these you have seen, but not on the shelf together. So these are basically some of my very original dolls, and they're from the Superstar era for the most part. And I'll give you a better look at some of these. I'm sure you'll recognize some. Now, up above that, I'll back up a little bit, you'll see a couple of these fold-out type houses from 70s. And I believe this one might even be from the 60s. I've got some dolls in there that aren't from the 60s because I don't really have any 60s dolls since I don't collect those. But I do have some 70s dolls like this one. And actually both those two I believe, and this 80s of course. And over here I have, of course, Western Barbie and Ken on their horses. They're in pretty good shape, but of course Ken tends to have that wobbly waist. And over here you see the Happy Family and the Hart Family are kind of intermingled, some of them. And you see even Dad Ryan in the package back there. Somebody had mentioned they saw that out of the corner of a picture I had posted or something. And then I have a bookshelf that you see here with just various dolls. A lot of Kens on here and some Barbies. And you can see including X-Files dolls. It goes down a few shelves. And so this room is where pretty much all of my loose dolls are, except a couple that are in another room. Now I'm going to kind of twirl around here and go to this wall just to show you a few dolls up above the windows. Somebody on one of the Facebook groups had suggested doing that with push pins, and so I did, and it worked pretty well for these dolls that have little hangers at the top, little plastic hangers. Inside both sides here. Let me show you this one. And then I have one other bookshelf with some of my Planet of the Apes lunchboxes from the 2001 movie. Cher and Professor Henry Higgins. And some other dolls. Just various dolls, and the sunlight is kind of coming in on the sides there, as you see. So let me go in a little closer. See some great 70s outfits and some masking tape that doesn't need to be there. Let's see here. And then some other dolls and books behind them, including Generation Girl dolls that you've seen on a previous video. This doll here, by the way, is someone had done that as a one-of-a-kind artist type doll way back. It's kind of cool. And then over here, by the way, is the Charlie's Angel section of my dolls, and Lunchbox and Van. And I've got quite a few, but they're mostly those small Hasbro dolls from the 70s. And then there's some that are the larger dolls. This is Chris Monroe and Jill Monroe, Cheryl Ladd and Farrah Fawcett. The only one I don't have represented currently is Tiffany, and I'm looking for a doll to represent Tiffany. So any ideas, let me know. And then the last section is over here, and that's the new shelves I got are represented here. You've got the Asian dolls, or some of them. They're not all, and there's a Hispanic one there in the end. Got a row of African American dolls, including some that were featured on a recent video I did. Barbie and the Rockers and some others, or some of the Barbie and the Rockers, and some Tropical and Doctor dolls. Over here, I think I've shown this doll before, but this is one of my own. It's probably my only Disney doll, or one of only a couple, because I just love the face paint on this doll so much. And this doesn't even do it justice, but because it's not clear enough, but that's actually a better view. And this is a beautiful doll. Got Civil War nurse over here, which I really like. Couple other African American dolls, and the Scottish doll from early 80s. And then over here, a few dolls that are in boxes that are in here, and one is quite dusty. I see I need to dust that one. Some other superstar dolls, including Astronaut and this one in the middle. Some great Kens. And these are some clones, Craig dolls from Sears. And a few other dolls. One needs to be brought forward, I see. And last of all, up above, and these you have seen, I believe, in the videos I've done, is some of the box dolls that are on these two shelves above all that. And let me just give you a little closer look. If you haven't seen this doll, by the way, this is the Wicked Witch of the East, next to, of course, the Wicked Witch of the West, and also a Winky, Ken as Winky. A lot of times people don't know what a Winky is, but it's the witch's guards. And I played the Winky in The Wizard of Oz a couple times, so well aware of that. But the Wicked Witch of the East is the one that the house fell on, and they really didn't know what she was supposed to look like, but they went by just the shoes and socks, or whatever they were, tights, that you saw sticking out from the house, and sort of built from that and what she might look like. So I kind of like it. But I always thought she would be green too, until of course Wicked came out and all that, and then I thought, I guess not. Speaking of Bewitched, or Wicked, there's Bewitched, and the Birds, Harley's, Promenade, Dynasty, and the Hollywood collection, or at least 3 of the 4, was one of my very favorites of that era, which is the one in the green there, the red hair that I've shown. A couple Bob Mackie holiday Barbies, Cher in the corner here. It's a little crowded. Batman, Catwoman, another Cher, and then of course some Wizard of Oz dolls, which you see here. And some other Wizard of Oz dolls. And last but not least is Glenn Close as the 101 Dalmatians lady, Cruella de Vil. And just so they don't feel left out, my Migos and what they call Remigos, the ones that were redone. So you see, for instance, Aquaman from the 70s and Aquaman from the 2000s. And Batman, both versions. I don't have another Robin. They didn't do a re-Robin, so to speak. But Figures Toy Company now has, and I haven't gotten it at this point. They keep going up in price every time they make a new batch, so I think I have enough. Although I'm tempted to get a Robin at some point. So anyway, this is the tour of my collection, my main collection room, and I hope you have enjoyed it. And with that, I'm going to sign off for today, and I will see you next time.